This is the Transportation TV News Update. I'm Tony Dorsey reporting. A bit of history was made Wednesday, February 13th, when Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Bill Shuster raised the gavel on his first hearing as House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee chair for the 113th Congress. Shuster follows in the footsteps of his father, Bud Shuster, who chaired the influential committee for 6 years.
Transportation is important. It's about people and how they live their lives, how they get to work, how they get their children to school, how they buy food, clothing, and other necessities.
The hearing, entitled The Federal Role in America's Infrastructure, featured transportation heavyweights, former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell, U.S. Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Tom Donohue, and Terry Sullivan, General President of the Laborers International Union of North America. Rendell, who co-chairs the advocacy group Building America's Future, focused his remarks on funding.
Gas tax. I know it's a difficult time to consider taxes, but I think we have to fund our transportation system, and I think the inescapable reality is, for the short term, that will require an increase in the gas tax. Over the long term, we can have a form of vehicle miles travel tax, and there are unobtrusive ways of doing so. The technology is literally being developed that can do it in a non-intrusive way as we sit here and speak.
Rendell also asked lawmakers to create an infrastructure bank, fund Build America bonds, and support grants to pay for large-scale construction projects that may involve multiple states. While Chamber President Donohue said he may not support all of Rendell's funding proposals, he agrees that the gas tax must be raised.
From a business standpoint, if you need something that's going to provide a good return, you have to go out and invest in it and buy it. That's why we're willing to pay more in gas and diesel taxes for something we know is going to make us more productive and efficient and lower our costs. The Chamber supports reasonable increases in gas taxes that are phased in and indexed to inflation.
But Donohue said money wasn't the only issue, pointing to something he called a credibility gap.
Whether justified or not, we're facing a credibility gap. Many of our fellow citizens still equate infrastructure with pork, with the politics of waste, with inefficiency, and without a lack of serious priority setting. I would agree with you that most of that is not true, but we have got to deal with that reality.
Also real are the numbers. Sullivan said that current unemployment in the construction trade stands at 16%, and as a whole, the industry is in its worst downturn in 40 years.
This isn't a Republican issue or a Democrat issue. Every single American benefits from good roads, safe bridges, clean drinking water, efficient airports and waterways, and good jobs.
All three witnesses underscored the need for a continued federal role, and they called for a substantial investment in America's infrastructure now. President Donohue summed it up this way.
The one thing we can't do is neglect the problem. If we do, conditions and performance will get worse. I promise you it will not get better while we sit here and look at it. Materials, labor, and land will get more expensive. We will miss opportunities for more dynamic growth, competitiveness, and job creation, and we will also forego opportunities to save lives.
Watch the entire testimony of each of the panelists, beginning with former Governor Ed Rendell. Look for his video and testimony from the other panelists in the Transportation 101 section of the Transportation TV website. That's the Transportation TV News Update. Thanks for watching.